a minute. Can you guys hear back there? Is this fine? Okay. So let me preface all this by saying I didn't fucking know anybody on this stage besides Tyrone and Sam when I was told to write this speech. And I don't know enough Jew jokes to write anything about Sam. So we had this whole message thread going on between everyone who was roasting Tyrone, and I scrolled through and decided to pick somebody to shit on. And I came across Aaron. Aaron, as we referred to earlier, was the less good-looking one over there. Yeah, relative to what? The one over there with that fucked up blazer that he got at the thrift store. Alright, back to more. So I scrolled across Aaron's Facebook profile, and his picture is him in a football jersey, just kind of making this designated, you probably shouldn't leave your children around me face. I thought to myself, that's a very easy person to make fun of. I went with Aaron. So I'm reading through probably the past 2 months worth of Aaron's Facebook statuses, and I'm just kind of looking through, and due to the poor spelling and grammar and just generally loose grasp of the English language, I found myself playing a game called Does He Have a Learning Disability, or Is He Just Not From This Country? And luckily, Facebook has this thing on there where it shows me that Aaron was born in Sunrise, Florida. So Aaron lost that game. Side note, I'm really hoping he doesn't actually have a learning disability, because that's going to be very uncomfortable for the next couple of months. I don't know if America's at the point yet where ableism is fair game for roasters. Since I never actually met Aaron, I decided to make up what's probably a wildly inaccurate description of what a night in Aaron's life looks like. Shut the fuck up. Given the jersey that he's wearing and my confidence in the fact that he probably does not play for the New England Patriots, I'm guessing that he probably watches the games in that jersey and uses terms like "we" when the team does something. He's not on the team. Right. So just to put this into perspective, imagine how fucking stupid it would look if I invited Aaron over one night to watch Orange is the New Black, and he walked in, and I was in a goddamn prison jumpsuit. And I was like, Piper did something real cunty to me. She's making it very difficult to live with her. That would be fucking stupid, right? Right. So, Aaron also struck me as the kind of you who uses an app called Tinder. Yes. Woo! And I don't mean like regular, I have low self-esteem and an alcohol problem Tinder. I mean like, let me message this bisexual girl and ask for a threesome 2 months after she didn't respond to my message saying, hey, what's up? 0% effective, by the way. I'm pretty sure that the last time that Aaron successfully disappointed 2 people at once was when he went to dinner with his parents. In case you guys were wondering, Aaron is single. If there's any interested women in the audience, one, love yourself. Or if you're bisexual, you could probably just get on Tinder. So now we get to move to Tyrone, whose old ass is turning 30 tonight. I did my best to keep the racism down to a minimum in this speech, which ended up being impossible. Just laugh anyway, I'll look like the asshole, you're okay. So the first time that I met Tyrone, the thought that immediately shot through my head was that he looks like if Whoopi Goldberg and the entire Mumford & Sons band, the entire band.
Whoopi!
I believe he was wearing something to the effect of a flannel shirt tucked into some khakis with a cardigan and fucking boat shoes. And I looked down at the boat shoes and automatically thought, can he swim? Which made me uncomfortable because it's always uncomfortable when you realize you're accidentally racist. So fast forward, I'm informed that Tyrone is apparently very fond of white women, which was confusing to me for a number of reasons. The first being that his general aesthetic, somebody tell Aaron what the word aesthetic means. And his just demeanor overall suggests that his sexual orientation is questionable at best. And two, I feel like Tyrone probably gets more attention from the Fort Lauderdale Police Department than he does from white girls. So going back to how I'm accidentally racist, I kind of want to share just a series of thoughts that I had to myself when I was drunk one night a few years ago at the Roxanne's reunion. And I was just watching Tyrone get progressively more drunk throughout the night. And this is what I thought. So when we first show up, it's just your regular Whoopi and Sons Tyrone. Relatively sober, maybe gay, we don't really know. So several drinks later, I look at Tyrone, and he is drinking like the fucking apocalypse is gonna happen tomorrow. And I just started looking at him and imagining that he now was Michonne from The Walking Dead. So Michonne continues to drink like a fucking monster. And eventually transitions into this weird version of Denise from The Cosby Show. Not like regular Denise, but Denise when she had those I'm a white girl who went on a cruise to Jamaica dreads. Just all smiles, doing this weird kind of walk like he sort of has a secret, but also he kind of wants to be Godzilla walking over Tokyo. And I know this walk because this is the walk that you do when you realize that you're very drunk and you're just trying to overcompensate to look sober. Yes! There is nothing he can do to stop what is about to happen. So, towards the end of the evening, I look over at Tyrone, and his end of the night persona is basically just 2 Chainz. Fucking sitting on a bench, 100% asleep, holding a bag of popcorn and just trying his best to explain to everyone how to get to the hotel. And I'm sure that there were actual words in his head, but what came out was just a series of grunts and hiccups. There were a few heavy sighs in there. So now, fast forward to more recently, I went out with Tyrone on Halloween one night when he was dressed up as Rick James. I don't know who was there. I know Sam was, but she probably doesn't remember. So Tyrone's dressed as Rick James, and he managed to do some weird voodoo magic with his 2 front dreads that they were very short and they kind of just looked like 2 burnt Cheetos sitting off the front of his forehead. And all I could think of for the rest of the night was that I could do anything to make sure that Tyrone gets pulled over that night. And I would follow him just to be able to watch the interaction that happens when that cop fucking Jurassic Parks his head into the window and looks and sees this motherfucker dressed as Rick James. And in my head I thought that he would poke his head in and go, oh shit, that's Whoopi Goldberg. I loved you in the color purple. The reason why I didn't do this is because nothing in real life would have been as good as what the fuck I imagined in my head. So make sure that you guys wish Tyrone's stupid ass a happy birthday tonight. It was extremely difficult to roast him because he's the fucking nicest person I've ever met in my life. And I don't have anything that's not racist to say about Tyrone. And it was easier for me to make fun of Aaron, whom I've never met. Make sure you wish Tyrone a happy birthday, drink all the beers, and enjoy what's going to be a shit show of a night.